Your clothes, recently laundered. But everything you're wearing is at least 3 years old. Keeping up appearances, but not planning ahead.
Wait a minute, you can't make that judgment from that evidence. He's got 3-year-old clothes that are washed because maybe he's a clean human being. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I've been seeing a lot of videos where like a lawyer will react to movies about lawyers. I've seen a lot of doctors reacting to doctor shows like House and comparing and contrasting the realities of the job with, you know, fabrication with Hollywood. We all know it's embellished to make it fun and exciting. I myself am a big fan of Sherlock Holmes. But I'm going to be honest. Me and the boys at the Detective Alliance, the Internet Detective Alliance, are kind of sick of him peddling horse shit, okay? I mean, I can't even tell you guys how many times an old grandma has come up to me asking me to find her long-lost cat with only the power of observation and old Fifi's yarn ball. I mean, sorry, Grandma, old Mittens ain't coming back. I hate to say it. It's time to move on. Look, the truth is, the reality of being a detective and what you see on, you know, screen here, it's very different. Look, this is what a real detective looks like, not someone who hides behind the big screen. I'm not playing dress up, unlike Sherlock Holmes, okay? So I'm going to run you guys through, you know, the show versus how it actually happens in reality with real clients, real jobs, and real cases. So, where do we start? Well, let's start with the conclusion he comes to, because actually, not only is this guy not planning ahead, apparently Sherlock realizes something else.
3 years ago. Is that when they told you?
Told me what?
That you were a dead man walking.
So are you.
You can't make that judgment call based on the fact that someone has 3-year-old clothes. You go, you have 3-year-old clothes? That must have been when they told you you had cancer. Terminal illness because you stopped buying clothes, or you just happen to be wearing a 3-year-old piece of laundry that day. That's ridiculous. Okay, so this begins my first sort of gripe with the show. I mean, I know it's kind of fun to think that somebody with just like seeing the, you know, the color of the thread of your shirt could all of a sudden figure out your life story. But there's such little evidence, and the leaps of logic this guy makes is wild. Okay, completely ridiculous.
There's shaving foam behind your left ear. Nobody's pointed it out to you. Traces of where it's happened before, so obviously you live on your own. There's no one to tell you.
What? Shaving cream on your right ear, okay? Look, maybe he just didn't clean up that well today, right? Maybe he left the house late after everyone else had already left. What is this ridiculous... Oh, shaving cream on your right ear. You clearly are a freak who lives alone. Like, he could just kind of be a little slovenly. I don't know. It's just such a leap to make. Maybe he's got a blind wife or something.
There's a photograph of children. The children's mother's been cut out of the picture. If she died, she'd still be there. Photograph's old, but the frame's new. You think of your children, but you don't get to see them.
Again, okay, so we see, apparently he saw this in the taxi cab, picture of 2 kids with a cutout, and he makes the assumption that this is his wife. Why couldn't it be their aunt who had a giant pyramid scheme, and so they cut her out of the picture? It could just as easily be that. And I just wish once during the show, the guy that he's talking to would be like, no, wrong on all accounts. Actually, I'm doing fine. I have a beautiful wife. My kids love me. I'm not dying. I'm actually just a psychopath who likes to kill people. But of course, we don't get that. Instead, he's right on all accounts, right? And so then Sherlock Holmes is gonna, you know, battle him in this test of wits, and he's gonna take the pill bottle, okay? Did this brilliant detective consider that it could have just been the plot line of Princess Bride? Like, instead of it being a true 50-50, one of them's poison and the other's not, it could have just been both of the bottles are poison.
They were both poisoned. I spent the last few years building up an immunity to iocane powder.
Oh, he's shot by John Watson. Okay. I mean, I hate to be the guy to do this, but you don't shoot someone like this. One-handed. How far is that shot? Oh, it's across. It's from one building to another through glass, probably 50 yards. One-handed, guys. That's what you do. That's what you do. This trained soldier. Anyway, I'm not supposed to rant on Watson, but you don't even get me started, okay? Stolen valor? Maybe? I don't know. I've never seen a trained military man go like this.
Baba Booey.
I don't know why that wasn't a huge plot hole there, but okay, we'll move on. Okay. Then we move into the first climax of the show where someone is found dead in a hotel room.
We're obviously looking at a suicide.
It does seem the only explanation of all the facts.
Wrong. It's one possible explanation of some of the facts. You've got a solution that you like, but you're choosing to ignore anything you see that doesn't comply with it.
Wait a second. Isn't that what Sherlock Holmes does, though, a lot? Ignoring anything else that conflicts with his idea, his theories?
Wounds on the right side of his head.
And?
Bancoon was left-handed. Requires quite a bit of contortion.
Left-handed?
I'm amazed you didn't notice. All you have to do is look around this flat. Coffee table on the left-hand side, coffee mug handle pointing to the left. Power sockets habitually use the ones on the left. Pen and paper on the left-hand side of the phone because he picked it up with his right and took down messages with his left. You want me to go on?
Okay, I know you guys are thinking to yourselves, hey, but he's got a point here. That's kind of an interesting thought. Okay, the problem with being a detective, guys, you know what? It's full of challenges, but the main problem is that you're often dealing in probabilities. You're never sure of anything. You don't know what's true. You're just trying to piece together evidence. So when he's going like, oh yeah, he definitely was killed. Why? Oh, he's definitely left-handed. There's always exceptions to that. And actually, conveniently, I'm actually in one of those exceptions. So, for example, I'm ambidextrous. I write left-handed. This is going to freak some of y'all out because I don't know that there are that many people who do this too. Leave a comment below if you do this too. But I write left-handed, for example, but I bat right-handed. And I if I'd pick up a coffee cup, I'd be right-handed. So where he's talking about like, oh, the coffee mug is turned to the left, so he must be left-handed. Well, I'm left-handed when I write, but I pick the cup up with my right hand. So there's kind of stuff like that where it's like, you're deciding a method of homicide based on such thin evidence that could be totally wrong. And instead of being like, hey, we should consider this, he's like, nope, this is true, and I guarantee it.
He fired a shot when his attacker came in.
And the bullet?
Went through the open window.
Oh, come on. What are the chances of that?
Wait till you get the ballistics report. Bullet in his brain wasn't fired from his gun, I guarantee it.
Yeah, again. Okay, sure, we'll believe that the bullet luckily went through the window, but hey, what are the chances that, he's not left-handed, he could do some things with his right hand, or that Sherlock Holmes is wrong about what handed he is?
No one's been in that flat for at least 3 days.
They've gone on holiday.
Do you leave your windows open when you go on holiday?
Breaking in. Is he about to break in there? Oh, yep, he's gonna climb through the window. Okay, so I was with him until, yeah. Well, I guess the good guy can just commit misdemeanors and felonies at will, because, yeah, I guess Sherlock Holmes he's above the law, guys.
Sherlock! Somebody's been in here before me!
Somebody broke and entered before me. This isn't fair. I wanted to be the first person to break in here, but this other guy did before me. Okay, so right now John Watson is locked out, and this guy now sees that somebody's been in the thing. Okay, so he starts to look around for who. I think what he's about to do is the dumbest thing in this show. Because let's say you're Sherlock Holmes, you're a detective, and you think there's a killer or some kind of criminal still inside. Maybe let in your sidekick who can shoot people from 50 yards, no problem, one-handed. That's a good idea. You're unarmed. You need to have someone along who is. What does he do? Oh, he's going to look around by himself. That's right. And that's what you get. That's what you get for this. Honestly, Sherlock, you should have brought old one-armed, dead-eye Watson in here to take care of the problem. You deserve all of this. Conveniently, this guy has Sherlock Holmes, a guy who's maybe seen him or knows this killer exists, right? So a loose end. What does this guy do? Oh, I better run. I better leave this eyewitness here. The #1 detective who's going to catch me. Better leave him here. Got him almost choked out, but yeah, that's fine. And of course, eventually this comes back to bite the bad guys because they are eventually caught by old Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock, I can find anything about you from your, hairbrush, Holmes. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's a fun watch, but honestly, if you want to see what real detectives do, this is not the place to find it. It's just a bunch of exaggeration. It's Hollywood, guys. This isn't real life like our show, Coffeezilla, is. Very different. This is a real profession that me and the boys in the Internet Detective Alliance go by. And, this guy's been ruining it for us. So yeah, I did want to expose him a little bit and also just share with you some laughs. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a comment below. Like this video. Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.